So good afternoon, good morning, depending on the time of the day you are accessing this recording. I know that some of you will not be able to participate live, but for all of you who are here tonight, or early evening, so to all of you, greetings. And yeah, so it's financial management for entrepreneurs. May I find out who has an access issue with regard to ARCs or any other platforms out there? So you can unmute yourself or you can chat. You can use our chat there. So I assume all of you have access, right? You do have access to ARC. In fact, let me see if are you guys able to see my screen? All
Yes,
right.
we can see the
So
screen.
perfect. Thank you so much, Adebayo. Right. So here is your Brightspace. Are you comfortable? I know it's a new LMS, and every time we have a new LMS, it takes a while, to get comfortable. But all of you using Brightspace, are you comfortable with it? Is it easy to use? Obviously, I'm comparing it to Blackboard, right? So you have um, you can start playing around with the LMS itself. With regards to financial management for entrepreneurs, right? You do have the module outline as well as all the learning units. I mean, for me, it's quite great. It's nice and neat. And when it's going to come to your formatives, you have your formative one, right? As you can see, and then you also have your formative two, basically, and that's your written assessment. I did add the ICE tasks, and therefore my question, have you all seen the ICE tasks? So when you go to module content, right, you should be able to see the ICE tasks there. Somewhere here, just a second. There we go. Are you all seeing it? Yeah, just in the chat room. Feel like we have a very shy bunch here beside Adebayo. So guys, please, feel free. Remember this normally we used to call it collaboration session, right? Where we talk freely. Who of you is already working somehow in entrepreneurship? Who is an entrepreneur? Meaning that you have your business venture, or you are about to start a business. Just say me there in the chat. Not yet. Yes, Josh. Josh has started. Right. So, I get that every year. I get a couple of you who are already in entrepreneurship, are doing entrepreneurship, and, kudos to you. Well done. And I think that you're going to find great purpose with this module because um, I don't know if you are apprehensive about the module. Some of you are going to tell me that you have issues with numbers. You don't like numbers. Esther is here. Quite happy Esther is here.
Mhm.
Esther was my student last year. Right. So Esther is here. Esther is not shy. So guys, again, remember, if you are just joining us, if you would like to put your camera on, please do. Don't feel shy, and also unmute yourself as much as you can instead of just using the chat section. You can speak live. Right. So this is our actually introductory section. And I'll introductory session so that we can sort of know each other and you know a little bit, what to expect. And that's what the purpose, that's all the purpose of this particular session. Next week, same time, same day, Thursday, 6 p.m., we are going to be meeting every week. I know some of you were with me last year. We were meeting on a bi-weekly basis, if you remember. But we've obtained even more resources this semester, and we are provided actually a 30-hour instead of 20 hours. So I will have 30 hours engagement for the 16 weeks that you're going to have for this semester. So just bear with me. You don't like my face, you don't like my voice, or you don't like your colleague, just bear with us for 16 weeks and you are done with the module, right? So guys, I would say the first thing, so just for the introduction, the first thing I have to say is that on all accounts, so all the feedbacks that we've had over the years, I've been lecturing this module for 5 years. So you are quite in good hands in terms of me being a tenured lecturer, right? So, but on all accounts, this is the most challenging module that you're going to get. When I mean challenging, I mean especially with regards to the final written exam that you're going to do on campus. So by all accounts, by all feedback we've had over the years, this is the big deal. This is the real deal, right? Because I think part of that has to do with the fact that we are dealing with numbers, right? So this is not, there is theory, obviously, but luckily, and the reason why I like this module is the fact that you're going to have a lot of practice. You're going to have a lot of practice. Why is it challenging? Is because sometimes, first of all, there is a phobia for numbers. I will tell you that last year, second semester, I think I had my oldest student since the beginning of lecturing online. So my oldest student was in her 60s. And at the very beginning, she was quite clear that she is not a number person. She doesn't like numbers, but she was top of the class at the end of the semester. So my thing is that take away that phobia, or don't tell yourself that numbers are not for you, right? Second of all, if you would like to succeed in entrepreneurship as an entrepreneur or as someone who's going to help other businesses, it's impossible for you to do well without financial management. What I get most of the time is that some of you might confuse financial management or finance with accounting. Finance is not accounting. Accounting is only a branch of finance. So with finance, you'll be able actually to see the overview of any business out there. And that's how practical this is, right? Um, Money talks. I love to say that money talks, and the exam is going to be a very challenging exam. It's going to be the most difficult exam that you're going to get the semester. Sorry, not even this semester, for your undergraduate studies. So I hope I'm clear on that. This exam is going to be the most challenging exam for your undergraduate studies. So, and that's not me saying, this is by all feedbacks. But a couple of things that I need to bring to your attention. First of all, very tenured lecturer. I've been lecturing this module for the past 5 years, right? Another thing is that the pass rate in my class is over 90%. All right. So if you follow clearly the instructions and you work with me, you don't bail out, because some students unfortunately will give up along the way, which I think this team would not do. But if you stick to our schedule, if you are in touch all the time. I had a chat with one of your colleagues, and part of the fact that she failed was the fact that, she did not have time. So this is not one of those modules that you are going to think that you can still pass, even though you did not much engage during the semester. You see, I do understand that you can take a chance when it comes to a theory module, right? But you can't do that with numbers, right? So it will be quite clear. I mean, if you fail, you fail. There's no two ways, right? So, but like I said, I repeat again, you have the reassurance that over 90% pass. So I just don't want you to be in that minority that's that is not going to apply yourself, right? You have 16 weeks. Just stick with me, and you will pass. All right. Is this quite clear? So I really would like to start here, because of the fact that if I don't tell you the truth, I tell you, listen, this is going to be such an easy module, you're all going to pass, and then you're having a heart attack after writing your exam, that won't be fair, right? So I'd rather tell you exactly what it's all about. This is a tough module if you are not applying yourself, if you are not sparing the time to practice. But we do have an incredible connection here, which I will be able to, incredible connection, it sounds like the retail store. No, but I will be able to share with you all the material as well as the resources that we have available. And all of that is at the tip of your finger. All right. So again, I don't want to be the only one speaking. Let me ask again the question. Is this clear for you? Do you get the rules of engagement?
Yes, thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Cameron. Yeah, Cameron
Yes,
is here.
sir.
All right. I like that. I like that. So guys, that's it. So the only time I will be bringing this up is at the beginning of the semester, obviously, is because I need to give you an overview. Um, it's not true. If you stick with me, if you work as per the instruction we have and the structure we have, you will pass this module and you will get a distinction. I can assure you that, because the number of distinctions we're getting in this module is very, very high, you know. And for the past 2 years, I was one of the top lecturers. So I can assure you that you will get my commitment. Some of you already have seen that because I gave you a call today. I gave you a call to find out if you do have access, if everything is okay, if you're finding your footing, right? So I'm very committed. I'll always be accessible. And by the way, if you have not yet taken our poll with regards to, normally we do use WhatsApp, and I will tell you why we use WhatsApp. It's not just because we want to use WhatsApp. Over the years, we've used WhatsApp just for us to build a community of practice. So it's very simple. When we do ask each other questions, some of the questions we do post them on WhatsApp. Why? Because it's instant messaging. So I can see it at any time and I can be able to assist you. But even the caveat there is the fact that your colleagues are also there to assist you. So every time you have a question or maybe you are tackling a particular exercise, you are working on a particular example, and you're not figuring it out, you just post on our WhatsApp group. Your colleagues will be able to tell you, this is the solution, this is how it went about. And I'm also there available. So I always give first the chance to your colleagues to practice with you, and then I also add my 2 cents. So I hope that's clear, right? Okay, so let's move on. Every one of you has access to ARC that we have established. The module structure. Let me just share. Can you see this on your screens? Do you guys have access to OneNote? Yeah, let me just check. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All of you have access to OneNote. So I'm only seeing 2 people there who are saying yes. I hope you went through your announcement, right? Connor, you have access? Cool, cool, cool. Right, only not yet. Adebayo, if you check in the announcement, I show you how to access it, but it should look like this. For some of you who might still be struggling, I will just go quickly and share this. This normally will be on Teams. This is how you will see your financial management, right? I hope all of you have access to this. So if you have this, you can download Teams. You know, it's up to you. But you know that this is where we do our live sessions. So we're using Teams for our live sessions. But one of the things also with Teams is it's an incredible tool. We all using it for work, and many other institutions are using it for school, right? And you would see here class notebook. And when you are there in your class notebook, obviously you will have access to your very own section on. So let me use Adebayo, for example. This is Adebayo. Why is this useful? Is that all the notes that we have, past papers and everything that you need, you find it here, right? Okay. So here you have, I've posted already for learning unit 1 to learning unit 4, because these are your foundational learning units, learning unit 1 to learning unit 4, and from learning unit 5 to learning unit 7, only 3 learning units for advance. So what we're going to do is first build a foundation for you in finance, and then we move to the advanced stuff, right? But you'll be able, for example, for your test prep, you will have time limited test, 2 of them, first one and the second one. You can already go and check out the past papers. You can already start practicing. So you're gonna enjoy this tool. It's going to be quite useful for you, right? This is a paper. You'll be able to see what's going on in the paper, as well as all the solutions we've done, right? And plus, if you have any questions, you are free to share with all of us, right? So it's just taking a bit, but it is. This is a paper. I trust all is clear, and the solutions and how we did. Plus, you do have our own dedicated YouTube channel, right? All of you having access to our YouTube channel? Again, in our chat, let me know. Are all of you having access to our YouTube channel? All right. Perfect. I like that. I like that. Okay, some of you have been really proactive. I like that. You see, because I have to run after other students, but you know, it's incredible if we all on the same page from the very beginning. And like I said, it's at the tip of your finger. Everything is there, right? So let's say maybe you want to go through a past paper. You can see the solutions, but you don't know, you would like to see how we solve the paper, right? The resolution of, the paper. So then you basically go here, you have, I don't know, 3 years worth of content. But I'll make it quite easy, because I know at the beginning, I don't want just to throw you and say, go figure it out. That's not going to happen. We're going to proceed in the same structure of learning unit 1 to learning unit 7. So what I'm going to do is in learning unit 1, like now, especially next week, I'm going to send you some pre-recording, right? Or, stuff that we've done last year. You can go through the lecture, for example, or you can go through a particular exercise, but I will be pointing it out to you. I hope that's quite clear, right? So this one, as you can see, it's for S1 2025. It's for this semester, and I will be actually highlighting things for you. But some of you might just be curious. Maybe you can go through what we did last year. So you'll go through semester 2 of 2024, and you'll be able to go through. I've had students like that. Not all of I understand that some students are quite incredible. Let me say that again. I do have often a couple of students who would actually go through all the lectures, because from learning unit 1 to learning unit 7, you have all the lectures that are there. You have all the papers that have been covered. So some students find it even pointless to come to my class because of the fact that everything is there, you see. And generally, those kind of students will always achieve a distinction, right? But as for, it's not for everyone. I'm not saying this is exactly what you need to do. If you want to go, as per our pacer, we're going to go week by week by week, right? So, but I will be highlighting what you need to check out. So for example, before the class, I can say, guys, please go through this breakdown before the class so that when you are coming to class, you already have an idea of what we are talking about. Then it will actually enable you to participate, ask questions, and to enjoy the session, right? Is that clear? All right, so perfect. I like that. I like that. Everything is clear. But like I said, if you take, for example, second semester 2024, you'll be able to see that everything is quite clear there. You can see even the TLT2 solution that we did last year, part 1 and part 2. You can see the TLT1, which is the time limited task 1, right? Guys, we're not going to have these kind of assignments where you have a couple of months to finish an assignment. That's not going to happen, right? You know the time limited task. You have a 24-hour period, and that's why you need to apply for leave, for study leave from your workplace. You have a 24-hour period, and you will be given access to the paper. You finish that paper. Normally, that paper should be done within 2-hour period. So, but basically what it's all about, it's preparing you for the exam. All right. So this is our breakdown for assessments. Are you all able to see my screen? I've done a breakdown, but you will find this on your OneNote. It's there. When you look at our collaboration space in your OneNote, you will find this, right? So find 6211 assessment breakdown has is not yet out. As far as I'm concerned, feel free to correct me. Feel free to correct me, but please double check. As soon as the PAS is out, obviously it has been released. Oh, thank you so much, Connor. I think I checked yesterday, but thank you so much for the information. So guys, the PAS is out. I'm also going to add here so that we know exactly we are working in accordance to our assessment. So assessment 1, before you do your assessment 1, we would need to cover learning unit 1 and learning unit 2. Right? That's how we work. We are very practical and assessment oriented. Please pay attention to your test 1, 25%. That's the weighting of your test 1, the weighting of your test 2, 30%, right? Guys, again, please follow me very clearly. Like I said, your written exam on campus will be a tough one, right? Because you've not been writing during the semester, and all of a sudden at the end of the semester you have to go write a 3-hour exam. Obviously, if you are not well prepared, it's going to be a tough thing for you, right? So, but as you can see, the one of the things that have been updated, I think it was beginning last year, is the time limited task. This is the best way to give you some sort of prep for your exam, right? So your first test is 25% and your test 2 is 30%. What is the total there? The total is 55%. So even if you're having a bad day for your exam, your written exam, some student, if you've done very well for your test 1 and test 2, you'll be able to pass. So pay very close attention to this. This is strategy that I'm giving you and I give to everybody every year, right? And plus you have 10% off your ICE tasks, right? Your integrated curriculum engagement. You will have 4 ICE tasks, and those 4 ICE tasks, you are rewarded for attempting them, for just attempting. So if you do all the 4 ICE tasks, normally I put 5 because 1 ICE task, we are asked to put 1 ICE task on plagiarism. So this is kind of just a general ICE task on plagiarism, right? So, but you will find those, but we will only count 4 of them and they will count toward 10%. 10% of your final 100% is already given to you. So test 1, test 2, 55% plus 10%, 65% already is there. That's money in the bank for you, right? So if you do well, let's say you already have 50%, that is required. You do very well for your test 1, test 2. Even if you fail your exam, you will still pass. The only thing we would like you to pass the minimum fail that's going to count for a pass at the end. You can't fail below, I think, 30%, right? So for your final exam, if you have a bad fail below 30%, then even if your overall is a pass, is above 50%, 50 equal to 50 and above, right? So 50 and above, even if you reach 50 and above, you can still fail because your exam was below 30%. Is that kind of clear? This is strategy talk, right? Is that clear? So if your overall is 50 and above, we do have a condoned pass. The condoned pass is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 49. So you can still get a pass if you have 49. But what is the point I'm making here? The point is, if you have 50 and above, you can pass the module even if you fail the exam, as long as you don't fail below 30%. Is this clear? Sure. Guys, come on. Is this clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Perfect. All right. Okay. So we are on the same page. Let me just take a couple of questions here. Michael, you are asking, are the timed task closed book? No, you're doing it from home. It's open book. Have a window of 24 hours, right? The difference between a time limited task and an assignment, you're still doing the assignment and then you have the submission date. The time 24-hour period. It's up of the assessment. Let's say the assessment will be released, right? It's going to be released so that you have 20. But if you follow quite listen carefully here. If you see here, do you see they do have plenty of time. So it's 1 hour. You in one. That might be a mistake, but I'll check because I don't understand why. It will be produced from campus students. On campus and do the actual campus. But I'm just saying by experience, you're doing it from home. It's open books, right? So another question here. Relay, you're saying guys, are you able to hear me? It's like my connection was poor. So are we doing good on time? So guys, just tell me if you are able. Is back to normal. Oh, okay, I get you. So guys, just to minimize the bandwidth here, I'm just going to take off my camera, but all of you had the pleasure of seeing me. So let me know if you can now hear me. Oh, better, right? Okay, guys, it's the video sometime. Okay, perfect. All right, so we are back to normal. All right, okay, thanks, Adebayo. All right, so okay, guys, where did you lose me? Did you get it for the test? So I say it's going to be open book because you guys are online. Did you get that part? You guys are online. So I believe it's going to be open book, but it's going to be closed book for contact student. Perfect. Right. So we agree on that. So I will amend this. I think maybe I think this is the distance one that I took. So please forgive me on that. The only difference here will be the closed books. So but look at the learning units. Again, learning unit 1 and learning unit 2, that's all you need for your test 1. Guys, this is easy. This is easy marks. And please, let's have an agreement. Let's have even more than an agreement, a covenant between us. Guys, this has to be a distinction for all of you. Just make sure, and please pay attention to this. Make sure you ace this. So test 1, only learning unit 1 and learning unit 2, you are good to go for test 1. Test 2, 30%, only learning unit 3 to learning unit 4. All right? Why these 4 learning units? If you remember, why this 4 learning units? Because they are the foundational learning units. Now, if you go, some of you have been asking me about this. Some of you have been worried about the textbook, but sir, I don't yet have a textbook. Guys, big sections of the textbooks, I've already made that available to you. Plus, I've added notes for you. What says you? All right? So you don't even need to wait for a textbook to start. Okay? Happiness? Happiness? Is that clear? So you have access to everything. You have access even to notes that are there. So, you know, the most important sections of your textbooks are already digitized it for you. All right, is that clear? Okay, as you can see, more notes for you, and all of you have access to this. Oh, perfect. 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 Jennifer, I will just go back to your question in a moment, but are we all happy with this? Okay, cool. And you will like it, guys. I'm telling you, OneNote is an incredible tool. If you work with OneNote this year, I can assure you there will be no other tool you're going to use for your studies but OneNote. OneNote, like I said again, it's very organized, and it allows me to post you know, things like past papers for you in one single place, and we all have access to it. Like you can see, this is for your test 2. I will have so many practicals for you here to practice for your test 2. um, um, and look at this. This will be for your exam. This is a 3-hour exam, and you can already have an idea of what a 3-hour exam paper is. As you can see, 180 marks, 3-hour exams. We have, I mean, a wealth. That's the reason why I told you, I say, guys, failing this module is a choice. I always say that every single year. So, you know, you might say, you might wonder, why am I too much on you, and, you know, checking up on you, making sure that you don't fall behind. It's a bit over the top, but that's the thing, you know. I'm chasing you during the semester, but remember that at the end of the semester, you know, when you're about to go write your exam, you know, you will be panicking left, right, and center if you are not keeping up with us. And trust me, that will be totally up to you, you know. That will be totally up to you. But I know, for my part as a lecturer, I make sure that not only you fall in love with numbers, you know, but you understand that this is the most important, one of the most important, if not the most important module that you're going to have. Right. Okay, yeah. No, please, Agnes, if you want to unmute even yourself, please do. No, I get your question. Agnes, I've already shared that. And plus, please go through the announcement. There is an how to access OneNote. There's a guide there in your announcement, but also, you know, just prior, at the beginning, I did show everyone how to access, right? Jennifer, let me just try. Guys, just give me a second. Let me go back to Jennifer. Yes, absolutely. So Jennifer, your question was about the live collaboration. Even this particular session, you will have it on our YouTube channel, right? first semester 2025, it's going to be there. Right? Cool. Where do we submit our time tasks? Michael. Yeah, Michael. Like I said at the beginning, if you go back to your ARC, to your module, right? You will see that there is a section dedicated for formative one. That's your time limited task one, and your TLT2, your time limited task two. So, all right. So just before moving on, so we have about 19 minutes left. So I just need to be wise now on the time, but I'm just gonna take one or two questions and we can finalize. But like I said, this is an introduction section. So please do me the favor. You already have in your OneNote, let me take Asalan as an example. Asalan, you can just go and you do already have sections. As you can see, the objectives, you have sections of learning unit 1 and you can start already. Please, all of you, I'm going to send you a link right now. And one of the things is that I can remind you at all time, now that it seems like we are in agreement, guys. The majority of vote is that all of you would like WhatsApp. Am I correct? Nobody has voted for Teams, even though Teams has a dedicated chat, but I do agree with you. So if you guys are okay with the WhatsApp, we will continue with the WhatsApp. Yeah, perfect. So guys, I'm going to post this in the chat. Please, can you do me a favor? Enroll yourself. As we speak, by yourself, just join our chat group. Okay. We have about 15 minutes, so please do that. I think I've answered all of your questions, guys. If there is one question that I missed, just remind me. Oh, Sidiram, what was your question? Sorry, there's quite a lot of chat here, but let me check again. You didn't reference your question, Sidiram. Where is it? I'm checking. Nope, I'm not seeing it. Would you mind just copying it and pasting it again? Sidiram, you can actually contact me. In fact, my email address is there on the platform. So if you have to send me a chat or it's quite easy, but let me put it here for everyone. If you might wonder also, you shouldn't be, because you should know where it is. Right, so does that answer your question? Obviously, this is the lecturer's view, right? But in your view there, in the communication, you can, there's a way for you. Can someone assist Sidiram on this one? On this platform, how do you get hold of me? You can send me a message. You can email me from Brightspace. So guys, I think that I've covered all the introduction, right? Remember again, learning unit 1 to learning unit 4, that's the only learning unit where your time limited tasks will be based on, right? But for your exam, you will need to know everything, right? From learning unit 1 to learning unit 7. But guys, like I said again, this we go, do not worry, there is a pacer. So we have a foundational stage as well as the advanced stage, right? You will have 3 learning units that will be advanced, right? But you need to cover everything. Let me check. Esther. Oh, Esther, you see what? Esther, it's because of last year. I'm going to add you. I'm going to add you. Don't worry. Please do not worry, because remember that I always, remove past student. You were my student last year, right? So I remove past student, and then, so don't worry about that. I'll be able to add you, right? Okay, so let me just go back again to, we have about 10 minutes remaining. I just want to cover the last 2 touches. Just bear with me. Right, so that's it for OneNote. Brightspace, you guys have access. Very important. When you go into your learning unit 1, please guys, do have a read. You will see something that I'm always going to add. The lecturer resources for learning unit 1. When we go to learning unit 2, you're also going to have the lecturer resources, right? This is beside your ICE tasks, right? Remember, here are your ICE tasks. You already have 4 of them. Like I told you, ICE task 0 has to do with plagiarism, right? But here is, pay close attention to this one. When you finish learning unit 1, please tackle ICE tasks 1. When you finish your reading for learning unit 2, please tackle ICE tasks 2. All right, that's clear? And so on, right? And so on and so forth, right? Learning unit 3, ICE task 3. So these have been clearly, this is just to test. You will be able to test your own understanding. Like I said, you are not rewarded for passing, right? But this is for you and me to see your understanding of the learning unit. You are rewarded for attempting the ICE tasks, right? So if you attempt all the ICE tasks, you get 10%, right? For your overall, 10% towards your overall semester, right? So 10%. So 90% is for other things, but the ICE tasks. So I hope that I'm very clear on this. So, but let's go back to learning unit 2, to learning unit 1, sorry. Learning unit 1, the lecturer's resources. When you are in learning unit 1, you have some nice summary with regards to the learning objectives, right? I've done some nice summaries for you. Especially, these are going to be very useful for you when you are preparing for your exam. And that's the reason why you need to have notes. And these notes are already available to you. Because imagine you have covered 7 learning units, and now you have 2 weeks to prepare for your final exam, right? So then you're not going to go back to the textbook and reread the whole textbook. The notes that you've made and the notes that I've shared with you will be a blessing. All right, so you can do quickly your revision. I hope that is crystal clear, right? So, but these are very handy. Like I said, they're going to be very useful to you, right? This one, I do not know why. Okay, there you go. And just a PowerPoint summarizing again for you some of the key points, all right? Are we on the same page? So I'm gonna open the floor now for the 10 minutes remaining. Please feel free to ask questions. And plus, if you can also unmute yourself, you know, we can have a conversation for just this this last 10 minutes. But guys, this semester, you don't need to worry. I have even more confidence than all the prior years because of the level we're going to be meeting every single week. There is no way in heaven or on earth that you can fail this module. Failing this module will definitely be a choice that you made, right? All right, so any questions? Next week, you I will send you prior to our live session, not prior, I mean just after our session here, I'll be able to already send you, you know, lectures and tutorials for learning unit 1, right? So that you may start already. These are so useful because you can go through a tutorial that gives you a quick summary and breakdown of the whole entire learning unit so that you know what it's all about, as well as you check your notes and you can also make your own notes, right? If you have any questions, you know where to find all of us, right? We have community of practice on WhatsApp. Post your questions there. Guys, remember again, just WhatsApp, just be careful with it because, you know, I'm not saying usually there is no issues whatsoever, but we might have one student in a while, right? Who might be very rude on WhatsApp and all that. Just remember to be very polite, very professional on WhatsApp, right? But we are free to enjoy, we are free to laugh. You know, I'm not saying that you should not say even a joke, right? But anything that is untoward, right? Anything that is below the belt, please avoid that. So just as a guideline, right? But for the rest, please embrace it. Post any questions that you have there and the entire team, we can work together. All right. So is everything clear? Are you, after this, are you feeling that you are now ready to tackle this semester? Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So even a quick poll for us. A quick poll there. Guys, as I'm waiting for your last comment or questions, who can feel already that there's no way you're not going to get a distinction for this one? Guys, waiting on you. Are you able, guys, to see the poll? Ah, Anes is saying, I'm not promising, but I will try. Right? No, no, Anes, I can assure you. Connor, uh, guys, who are my past students? You can't be more than two. There might be one or two only. I know Esther is here. Isabella, definitely. Isabella, definitely. Let's do this. City run 100%. Yeah. No, absolutely, guys. You're never gonna feel like there's just areas that are not clear. Like I said, you know, we will have only 16 weeks. It's not a long time, just 4 months, right? And that's it. So don't worry, you know, we are in close touch, and I know because at the same time I'm juggling, you know, many responsibilities as well, right? Not only I'm studying, but at the same time also I'm lecturing, and you see, so I know that. So don't feel like I don't know. If you are working, or you know, it might be a bit hectic, I do understand that. But trust me, the way everything is structured is to allow you to have that time to practice. And there's no way that, you know, unless really you are the kind of student who just maybe give up, or you know, you're not just interested. But there's just no way, if you put in the minimum effort, that you're not going to pass. You're definitely going to pass, right? So that's that reassure everybody, at least on this session. Are you, all of you, are you reassured? Absolutely, absolutely, Adebayo. Distinction. And guys, that's the thing again, you know, the only thing what am I getting out of this is definitely that, you know, my students do well, you know, being one of the top lecturers, I definitely enjoy it, you know, and especially when it comes to numbers. Please do not use that term that, you know, numbers are not for me. That's not right, right? Finance is definitely very important for you as an entrepreneur. So guys, we are about done. Thank you so much. Let me just check again how many of you attended. I think we had way over the half of the class that attended, which is amazing. And hopefully, really, we can keep it up, because what's going to happen most often is that we're going to have one session where we can cover the examples in your textbooks, as well as few exercise. So each learning unit, let's say learning unit 1, we will have one session where we will go over anything theory as well as exercise and examples, right? That's what we're going to do. The next meeting, we will go even deeper on taking some questions, past papers, from past papers. We will do that, or from, we do actually have test bank. So if you check in your textbook, we do have a test bank, which allows us to practice on so many other questions together, so that at the end of the day, you are feeling very comfortable when you are taking a test, or when you are sitting to write your final exam. All right. So that's it, guys, for me really this week. And thank you again for showing up. And right, that's it. Chats very soon. Keep in touch.
Sir, I did ask a question in the chat.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can cover that just before we log off. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it wouldn't make sense, Jennifer not using it. Sorry. Normally, what should I use? Taylor or Jennifer? Should I use both of them interchangeably? Yeah, Taylor. Okay. No, Taylor, definitely. I think I've not had a single student who was not using OneNote. OneNote became the best friend of every single student I've had. And plus, I've never had a case where, what one of you is asking me for notes before an exam, because we all know where are the notes, where is everything. So yes, I would. So just to clarify again, I'm going to stop the recording here. So just to clarify, Taylor, is to say that